China resumes critical supplies to India after months of curbs. Talks between Wang Yi and Indian leaders focus on trade, stability, and cooperation. Reliance Jio discontinues cheapest 1 GB daily data plans. New prepaid options now start at 299 rupees with 1.5 GB data per day. Anil Ambani's lawyer urges SBI to withdraw fraud tag, calls banks action unfair, case pending before NCLT. Namaskar, welcome to Habis TV. I'm Shashira. You are watching Business Talk. China will supply India with fertilizers, rare earths, and tunnel boring machines. According to NI reports, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi assured India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar that these essential needs will be met. Wang Yi arrived in India on Monday for a 2-day visit. Yesterday, he held bilateral talks with Jaishankar. During the meeting, both countries agreed to strengthen mutual relations and maintain cooperation. According to China's state news agency, Xinhua, Wang Yi said, "The situation in the world is changing rapidly. Free trade and the international order are facing challenges. India and China, as the two largest developing countries with a combined population of more than 2.8 billion, should act responsibly and cooperate with each other." Wang Yi also met India's NSA Ajit Doval and discussed the border issues. Wang Yi said that the problems that had arisen in recent years were not in the interests of the people of both countries. He also referred to the meeting held last October between Chinese President Xi Jinping and Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The Chinese Foreign Minister described that meeting as one that set the direction for bilateral relations and gave fresh momentum to resolve the border dispute. Meanwhile, NSA Ajit Doval expressed confidence that this dialogue would also be as successful as previous ones. He said that in recent times, relations have improved, peace and stability have been maintained, dialogue, the border, and bilateral ties have become stronger. It is noteworthy that India and China relations had deteriorated after the 2020 standoff in eastern Ladakh. However, in recent months, efforts have intensified to improve ties through dialogue and agreements. In early July 2025, China had suspended deliveries of essential machines and parts to India. These machines and components are crucial for sectors such as electronics and automobiles. Additionally, Foxconn, the company that manufactures iPhones in India, was instructed to recall more than 300 of its Chinese engineers and technicians from India. Reports suggested that China did this to disrupt India's manufacturing sector. Earlier in April, China had imposed strict restrictions on the export of 7 rare earth materials. A special license was made mandatory for their import, which disrupted India's supplies. China tightened control over rare earth exports because it considers them tied to national security and sensitive non-military use. Under the new rules, which came into effect in April 2025, every importer must provide an end-user certificate providing that the magnets will not be used for military purposes or re-exported to the United States. Reliance Jio has discontinued its cheapest 1 GB daily data prepaid plans. These plans were priced at 290 rupees and 249 rupees, offering unlimited calling, 100 SMS per day, and validity of 22 days and 28 days respectively. Now, the lowest daily data plan with 28-day validity starts at 299 rupees, which comes with 1.5 GB data per day. Before Jio, both Airtel and Vodafone Idea had already discontinued their low-cost plans. Both of them already charge 299 rupees for 28-day validity plans, According to reports, Jio has taken this step to increase its average revenue per user. The average amount of money a telecom company earns from one user, Jio aims to strengthen its financial health by raising this figure. Currently, Jio's ARPU stands at 290 rupees. With the removal of the 249 rupees and 209 rupees plans, Jio no longer has any prepaid plan offering 1 GB daily data. The budget-friendly options now available are 239 rupees plan, 22-day validity, 1.5 GB daily data, unlimited calling and 100 SMS per day. Cheaper than the 249 rupees plan but with 6 days less validity. Good for users who want slightly more data but shorter validity. 189 rupees plan, 28-day validity, total 2 GB data, unlimited calling and 300 SMS. Best for users who use very little data and primarily need calling and SMS. 198 rupees plan, 14-day validity, 2 GB daily data, unlimited calling and 100 SMS per day, offering high data but for a shorter duration. Suitable for heavy data users who don't mind less validity. 299 rupees plan, 28-day validity, 1.5 GB daily data, unlimited calling and 100 SMS per day. More expensive than the earlier 249 rupees plan but offers more daily data. Better option if you can stretch your budget slightly. Jio decision has left many users upset. On social media, several people complained that Jio is gradually phasing out its affordable plans, making it harder for common users to manage their expenses. Anil Ambani's lawyer has urged the State Bank of India to remove the fraud tag against Reliance Communications. And its promoter director, the lawyer, claimed that the bank took this step without giving Ambani an opportunity to present his case. Once among India's largest mobile service providers, Reliance Communications is currently undergoing the corporate insolvency resolution process under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 216. The resolution plan had been approved by the Committee of Creditors and was filed with the Nation Company Law Tribunal. The resolution plan had been approved by the Committee of Creditors and was filed with the National Company Law Tribunal, Mumbai on March 6, 2020. However, the tribunal's approval is still awaited. In July 2025, the government informed Parliament that SBI had declared RCom and Anil Ambani's fraud cases on June 13 based on RBI guidelines and its internal policies. Minister of State for Finance Pankaj Chaudhary, in a written reply to the Lok Sabha, said SBI had also initiated the process of filing a complaint with the CBI. In addition, the bank has started personal insolvency proceedings against Anil Ambani, which are currently pending before the Mumbai NCLT. Anil Ambani's lawyer argued that SBI took this decision without a personal hearing, raising questions about fairness and credibility. According to sources, the bank did not share all documents related to the show cause notice with Ambani. The lawyer further pointed out that Canara Bank, which is part of RCom's lenders consortium, had withdrawn its fraud classification against RCom and Ambani in the Bombay High Court on July 10. Canara Bank admitted that its earlier decision was not legally sustainable. Ambani's lawyer questioned why SBI continues to persist with its stance when another bank from the same group has already reversed its decision. As of August 26, 2016, SBI's total claims against RCom include 2,228 crore rupees in principal, interest and other charges, along with about 787 crore rupees in non-fund based guarantees. Anil Ambani's lawyer has requested SBI to withdraw the fraud classification and ensure a fair hearing. The matter could significantly impact not only Arcom's insolvency proceedings but also Ambani's personal and professional reputation. Thanks for watching. Keep watching Hybiz. Namaskar.